Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bisser Reds. I am, of course, Jonathan Morley, and as always, I am joined by my good friend Adam Quinn. Adam, how are you? What is the crack?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Morley. I'm doing well after another win at the weekend. Thank God, because it was looking very grim when Fulham equalised. But thank God we got the win. Thank God Man United got the win. And I'd say you must be a happy man as well. Liverpool on a bit of
I
form.
mean,
4-1 against Newcastle. Arnie slot in.
I'm happy
No?
about I'm happy about Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz. I'm happy about some individuals, but look, ultimately, it's just a flash in the pan.
Do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's just a flash in the pan because look, this manager's not good enough. It's been proven so many times this season. It's probably been proven since last March. We're not going to move on with this manager. We're not going to get top four with this manager. We're not going to win the Champions League with this manager. We're not going to win the FA Cup with this manager. This season is an absolute write off with that manager there. And I
No.
just
I don't know. You could win a domestic trophy. I mean, I know you can't win the Carabao Cup, but like FA Cup maybe, Champions League could go on a run. Like, do you know? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, look, Champions League. There's obviously potential because Liverpool are Liverpool, but I can't see it. I can't see it.
That's fair. That's fair. No, look, I didn't see the game on Saturday, but I saw some of the stats in the first half, and when I saw Newcastle go 1-0 up, I was like, "Ooh, this has been interesting." Do you know? But then, obviously, Wirtz and Ekitike happened. You went on to smash Newcastle, but yeah, I wanted to get again your thoughts on Wirtz and Ekitike because I've been very impressed with Ekitike this season, and look, I know it was kind of hard for Wirtz to adapt straight away into the Premier League, but he's starting to adapt now. You're starting to see his true quality and what he can bring, not just to Liverpool but to the league. I think he's a player that could be here for years upon end and do really well in this league. But there's starting to be a little bit of a duo there between Wirtz and Ekitike. They're starting to combine for goals and combining in games as well at certain points. What's your thoughts on this new duo? Because do you think they could be an amazing duo going forward?
Yeah, I mean, they certainly got some sort of a kind of a understanding between each other. They're two quality players. I think, as you mentioned there, you're seeing the best of Florian Wirtz now. He's fully settled into that team. I think Hugo Ekitike obviously didn't need any sort of introduction whatsoever with how good he's been since he came to the club. Look, there is two players there ultimately that will get you results that will often come up with moments of quality. And they're two players I think that are linking up well together now, and they're playing at the best of their powers. So that's obviously very, very good for Liverpool going forward. I think once we get a proper manager in, we'll see them even better. But yeah, no, it look,
Yeah.
it's a big positive because when you have players like that, you have a chance against anybody. If the defense can somewhat do their job and you have that sort of quality up front, you have a chance against anybody. As you mentioned, the Champions League there, it's something like that in which kind of a cup competition, if you have that kind of quality on the pitch, playing well, and playing well together, then you certainly have a chance. I think there has been other players that have looked a bit better lately. Alexis McAllister has looked a bit better lately, which is good. He's been really poor this season. Ryan
Important for
Gravenberg,
Kanate as well. Kanate with the goal as well.
yeah,
So I
hundred
was actually,
percent.
I was actually very happy for him to be fair because obviously what happened with his father and stuff like that. But it was great to see that as well. Like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I mean, fair play to him. Obviously, he hasn't had a great season, but coming back when he did, he didn't need to whatsoever. And like, I mean, after what he's been through, obviously his father passing away tragically, it was written in the stars, and for him to have that moment was, so fully deserved. And fair play to him. I think it says an awful lot about him as a person and his character, that he came back, and it was arguably, I think, his best performance of the season last weekend. But look, it's just one of those. I can have no faith, man, because it's just kind of you take a step forward and then it becomes two steps back, and it's just like this. It's just like this all the time.
Yeah,
Manchester City at the weekend, fine. I mean, Sunderland, I think we have after that. Like, you just can't have any faith, and there's no ultimate or like there's no consistency. So it's just one of those that, look, I mean, if we continue winning matches like that, if we continue putting in performances like that, I've no doubt the likes of Ekitike and Wirtz will show what they have, or keep showing how good they are. Then maybe
yeah,
you could be kind of a bit positive about it. But I've just no faith under this manager that will continue. I do think as well that's a shit Newcastle team. They were the way they play suited us, because they were kind of, look, they're not a team to kind of sit back. They didn't sit back at Anfield. First 30 minutes, they were the much better team. Arne Slot got his setup of the Liverpool team all wrong because we were getting outplayed up until that point. The Gordon goal, which was a good goal, kind of woke us up, and then after that, the class of Ekitike and Wirtz, and Liverpool were a lot better in the second half. But
yeah,
look, it's just something even from that this season. I'm not sure I can take too much out. What I can take out is the individuals. What I can take out was Ekitike, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, as always. Had to fill in a right back, was really, really good. But yeah, I mean, look, as I said last weekend, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens going forward. Um,
yeah. No, it's interesting as well, like because like I look at that Liverpool team and it's a really good team with in terms of like the individual quality that's there. It's just about I think just gelling them together. Like you're starting to see that with Wirtz and Ekitike. There's starting to be a little partnership there. Szoboszlai, when you're moving back into midfield, I think, and you gel that team together in some sort of way, it kind of depends, like, if you get a new manager, like, what formation or style will this manager play? Like, if it's Alonso, it could be a 3-4-3 where you play, Wirtz as maybe one of the left or right tens, and obviously I could take up front or something like
yeah,
that. Like, or if it's a manager that's going to do 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, you'll have Wirtz as the 10 just behind the striker, and, looking to make things happen, playing balls out wide, creating chances. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because I do think this is actually a good team. This is a good Liverpool team,
yeah,
but the manager is obviously an issue. He's a
yeah.
massive issue.
Like, that's it. Like, look, ultimately, and Adam, what you're saying there is completely right. But just frustrates me is like the fact that we're six, the fact that we have these players, as you mentioned there, and we've been so poor up until this stage of the season. The fact that really you can have no faith of it just all of a sudden turning around and being what it should be under this manager. Obviously, being behind United as well. Like, I mean, like, is just, I think it's really is embarrassing really on our part, but it's not only that. But like, I mean, it's just all these kind of things coming into it. Like, I mean, that
Yeah,
just that just annoys me. People still talk about having faith in the manager, and that he could turn it around. He could still be the man, and like, I'm just sick
how
of it to that
I,
point.
I'll put it this way, Joe. I'll ask you this: if Liverpool were to finish, now I know, look, obviously want to win the league title and stuff like that, but that's obviously not going to happen. But like, if he finished third, let's say you finished third and Aston Villa start dropping points, you win the FA Cup and you get to like the semi-final of the Champions League under Arne
No,
Slot, you wouldn't keep him.
he'd have to win the Champions League.
Oh, he'd actually have, in
Oh,
your
he'd
eyes, he'd
have
have to
to,
win it.
yeah, he'd have to win the Champions League.
That's
He
fair.
would.
That's fair.
Yeah, he would because you talk about Ekitike and Verts, but there's no way that it should be what it is or how it's been this season with the players that we have. You know,
Yeah,
like, I mean, still squad issues there. There's still depth issues there. You heard people mention a few fucking injuries. I mean, look at all the signings and monies that we spent in the summer. That shouldn't be a fucking problem. I'm
yeah,
not, and like, I'm not saying ultimately that's his. he's the main person to blame there for that problem. But just all these kind of different things. But like, yeah, I mean, look, as I said, you just can't be too positive on a day to day. See what happens this weekend, but yeah, I
thought you'd be more joyful now after beating Newcastle 4-1.
Man, like I expected to beat them. I expected to beat
4-1.
Liverpool always beat them. Especially at Anfield, and I think they're shit at the moment. I think Howe is on his way out. I think he's taken that team as far as he can take them. Like, I just don't read much into it. But obviously United won 3-2 at the weekend, and yeah, like I mean, I caught the second half now, to be honest. But I thought United deserved the win. But it was very close to being drop points. Sesko seems to be kind of settling in a bit more now.
Yeah, and like speaking of Sesko, I felt like when he actually came onto the pitch, his all-round game was so much different to what we've usually seen this season. Like apparently there was reports of Michael Carrick talking to Dimitar Berbatov, asking him to come in and have a chat with Sesko. That might have happened, though, I don't know, but there was a lot of reports on that. And if that's the case, then it could be true, because it was a completely different kind of all-around game we saw. Like as soon as he came onto the pitch, he was in a brilliant spot to grab a header. But I think the way he took his goal was just fantastic. Touch, finish into the top corner. But on the whole game itself, I thought United again were fantastic going forward. We were creating a lot of chances. I thought, in the game, it was interesting because we created a lot of chances, and I think we could have easily been 3 or 4 up at halftime again. We were really good. Casemiro was elite. I'll be honest, he was unbelievable. A goal and an assist, an unbelievable header. A no-look assist to Cunha, who, again, by the way, was just fantastic. I mean, you can see the attacking players are just gelling together so well. Now, whether Michael Carrick is the manager after the season ends remains to be seen, but, it'll be interesting. But there was a scare. There was a scare because Fulham did grab 2 goals, and that goal from Kevin, by the way.
What a goal.
I mean, what a goal. What a fucking goal. Could be
what a strike.
Lamens could do nothing with that, let's be real. And when that goal went in, I was like, okay, it's going to be a draw. Like, just typical United again, just dropping points. But then Sesko, the man who I slated a couple of weeks ago, won the game for United, and it's looking really good. Look, your man, the United strand, he's close to getting that haircut.
I hope he does.
Hopefully he gets that haircut.
Like,
he
not
needs it.
not to sound bad, but I'm sick of the size of him. Like,
Nah, he's some man. No,
he might be the nicest person in the world. I'm just sick of it all the time coming up on my For You page. This guy with hair the size of fucking England. Like, I mean, like I'm just sick of that.
It's gonna happen though.
Like,
it is gonna happen.
You should beat Spurs, and
no, we're gonna do a demolition job on Spurs.
But you should beat West Ham after that. Like, the thing is, you should. But like I'm saying is that like you would have expected to be more comfortable at the weekend, probably against Fulham. So like you never know what United.
See,
but I honestly wouldn't actually be that annoyed if you won the next 2 games, just because like.
Just to see
that
him
would
get his hair.
just because that would finish like, because like it's been going on so long, like.
Yeah, no, I think he's on day 487 now or something.
Yeah.
Like that's mad. Like, I mean, fair play to him for sticking out the challenge, and look, I hope it does not that it comes to an end, because it has been funny, like, but like he needs this, like he needs this so
like
badly.
he does, like I mean, in terms of. Like that's his entire thing. So I remember people always in the comments like, "Oh, unlimited content glitch" and stuff like that. But the problem is when it actually ends, is that he has nothing left. It's like that Ian Beale meme. I've got nothing left. But what?
Yeah, shout out to him.
No, yeah, but no, fair play to him. It's been a great idea, and I certainly think it's far from over yet because Manchester United, being Manchester United, could easily not win one of the next 2 games. But
Yeah.
in a way, as I said, I'd be happy. I'd be
Yeah,
happy
like
if it did.
I I do expect Man United to win the next 2 games. And look, I'm going to say it here with chest. I think United will do a demolition job on Spurs on Saturday. I really do. Look, reason being, I know we're Man United and we can easily not turn up. But the reality is, Man United had a close game on Sunday. And, Spurs fans now will be looking at that as, oh, United are there to be got at now, especially when it comes to the second half. And you look at the way we performed against City, 2-all, just wait until you come to Old Trafford and you see what happens at 12:30 on the Saturday when it ends Manchester United 4, Spurs 0. And I'm saying that with chest. I am. We're gonna absolutely spank Spurs on Saturday. I can't wait.
I can see that happening, but if it is, if it does or something similar happens, fair play. You've stuck your neck out.
But if it doesn't, I'm fucked. It doesn't, I'm fucked.
But like, to be fair to Spurs, they did very well to get a point against City last weekend. But we were talking about City before. Like, I mean, obviously, like Arsenal won 4-0. I was so disappointed with Leeds. Leeds.
What's your thoughts on the Arsenal comeback? The Arsenal comeback, beating Leeds 4-0, beating Chelsea there last night.
They're shy, back, man. That's my my thoughts on that. They're absolutely shies. Their manager is
you love
fucking their manager is fucking awful. They deserve to win absolutely nothing. They're absolutely insufferable in every fucking true sense of the word.
Any bit of credit?
No, any bit of credit? Nothing whatsoever. They don't deserve any of it. They're literally the death of football. And they're an absolute poison to the sport. Like Leeds. And like the thing is, to get something against Arsenal, you have to actually attack them. You have to push them back.
Yeah.
Especially if you score a goal or two against them, you'll get something against them because their forwards are so wank. But Leeds played them in the completely wrong way. Like Farke completely just set them up just to sit in the entire game, and they got that. They were just given a free 4-0 win. A free win anyway, because Leeds were never scoring in that game with how negative Farke had them set them up. But to be fair, like, I was watching that City Spurs game on Sunday thinking, at least City will cut it back to 4 now. And, like, we talked about it before the podcast, like, City are just so weak right now. I
can't believe how bad they're, man.
They're never gonna be the same. Like, they're never going, like, granted, they're never gonna be what they were, but, like, I mean, that second half, God, like, I was saying to you, like, I was thinking 4 or 5-0, because City have absolutely, like, have dominated Spurs in that first half, and they had plenty of chances, plenty of openings. Second half, just so weak. That's like 1 win in like 6 Premier League games now, or 6 games, or whatever it is. Like,
shocking.
Arsenal being literally handed the title, but like City, there's no guarantee that City are going to be any better even next season.
I think Pep could leave. I really do. I think Pep could leave at the end of the season. If City don't win the Premier League, if they don't win anything, to be honest, and you look at the way they are right now, they're so, like, they're not toothless because they do have players that can score goals with Haaland, and Foden can turn up with a goal. Cherky is obviously a fantastic player, but they're so weak defensively, man. They're so, and I even think when Ruben Diaz comes back, like, he's a good centre back, but he's not. Yeah, he's not someone you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, he's gonna make us a fortress now at the back. No. Like, they're just not good, man. Defensively, they have no control in midfield. Like, they're losing the ball quite a lot as well in games, in possession, and you wouldn't expect that with the likes of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and all these players. It's looking very dim for City. I could genuinely see Pep Guardiola leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I think he could have enough. I really do.
The thing is, it makes sense because, look, ultimately, obviously, the standards he set at City, it's one thing kind of not reaching them or getting near them ever again, but, like, they're genuinely so far off that, like, they're a million miles away off that. Even with all the quality they have, even like if you think about in terms of mentality, Spurs score an early goal in the second half, and City just create nothing.
Shocking goals they gave away.
Yeah, like, it's just so weak, and like they are so weak, and you've got to think that it would be logical for Pep maybe to do that in the summer because, like, I mean, he's not going to take them any further. Or like,
Yeah,
is he even going to win another league title with them? It's highly unlikely at this point. If you look at
I don't think so.
what
Yeah.
they've become, because remember they were shit last season, and I would say they've been very similar this season. I think the league has just been worse, hence why they're a bit higher up the league. I don't think they're like I know a couple of City fans telling me, oh, but they're a bit better this season. It's like, are you? It's no,
They're
I
not
don't really
really
think.
like.
No, I don't.
Like when we played them that time, I couldn't believe how much of an easy game it was. Because it
Yeah.
was like it was Carrick's first game, and look, there was obviously gonna be a lot of anticipation going into that game. Like, will United turn up, or will they give a game to City? Because City were the favourites going into that game, but we were like so much better. And then City haven't been great since that game. I'm not saying Carrick has ruined Pep or anything like that, but like
Mm,
what I'm saying, like, even all season they haven't been great. Like even the Bodo Glimt game, they were
yeah.
shocking, so bad. Like, do you know? And obviously the game against Spurs, I expect Liverpool to beat City on Sunday. I do.
Mm,
Like I don't. With the defence they have right now at this moment in time, going up against an informed Wirtz, informed Ekitike, Anfield, 4:30 kick. Nah, man. I'm sorry. I do expect Liverpool to beat City. Maybe
yeah.
it'll be close, but like, come on, like that City team is there to be got at. They're so poor defensively, so
Yeah.
poor. Like, do you know?
I kind of do as well. Like I was saying that to you, like I kind of do as well. Just because, yeah, if you just put it, if you just think about it, black and white for a second. If you just think about it, black and white for a second, as you say there, Liverpool, great forwards on form at the moment. City, their defense has been shambolic all season. It
Yeah,
looks it against Spurs the weekend. It looked just as bad. So it's just like, yeah, and then you think it's at Anfield. If you just think about it like that, it's like I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win, but I think Liverpool should win that game. And then ultimately, what you could be looking at like 8 or 9 points, or like at the top of the league or whatever. Like I mean,
yeah.
it's just the worst. It's just the
It's
worst
so bad.
season ever.
This season has been garbage. Like it has. Like
Yeah,
like I know. Like I know United are improving and stuff like that, but from a United perspective, as I've said, I think I said it last week as well. Man United should be nowhere near the top four, realistically. Like I'll be real. Like if you look at the results we've had this season, the way we're playing, like even Liverpool, even like Chelsea. I mean, my God, Chelsea are crap. Like
yeah,
crap. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They're crap. Arsenal are so overrated. They're going to be the worst Premier League champions ever if they do win the league. I will say this right now, though. If that Arsenal team bottle this league to that Man City side, that manager, Arteta should be sacked. He should be gone.
yeah.
They're not because they're not going to win the Champions League. They might win the Carabao Cup. Like I could see them winning that now because obviously the way they beat Chelsea last night. But man, like they're so bad. Like they're so bad to watch. They really are.
Yeah.
Now I know they won't care. Like whatever. Then do what you got to do to win the league or whatever. But like this season, like Sunderland shouldn't be up there. Fulham shouldn't really be up there. Brentford under Ted Andrews, a fucking
Yeah.
set piece team, like they shouldn't be up there. Should be in the top 10. Like, do you know?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man, it's garbage. It's a garbage season.
it's the same with us. We're sixth. We've had 6 Premier League wins since September. Like I mean, do you know what I mean?
It's mad. It's mad.
We had 20 points less last season than we did at this point. So like
Jesus.
so even if you're talking about that, like in terms of first, like Liverpool, say obviously first at this point last season. If you're talking about what like 20 points gap, do you know what I mean? And where are
Yeah.
you looking? Where are you looking in the league? Probably like eighth, probably like ninth or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like I mean, and obviously Liverpool won the league comfortably, but 20 points and 6 wins in the Premier League since September. So like, yeah, 100%. Look, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shocking league. And
Yeah. And look, I don't like to bring it like I don't like to bring it back to Arsenal, right? But like, you look at their forwards, like those forwards. If you're an unbelievable team and you're like dominating the league, like you're proper dominating the league, you need to have forwards that are going to score so many goals.
Yeah.
Saka's not scoring, not firing. Gyökeres not firing. Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, like all these players, they're not firing. Do you know? Like you're relying on set piece goals and
Yeah.
goals from the likes of I don't like Gabriel and like even Zubamendi getting on the score sheet as well again against Leeds and stuff like that. You're relying on players like that to get you to win a Premier League title. Like I remember when even like ye had Mane, Salah, Firmino, players like that. We had Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez. Like you have attacking players there that are going to score you goals and win you the league title. Van Persie even on his own. Do you know, like a top attacker. Arsenal don't have that. So even looking at that,
it's actually a really good point.
Like they're not like you need to have very, very good attackers. Do you know, in my opinion, to be a top team.
Yeah.
To be one of the top teams. Like even last season, like I know they're in a different league, but PSG, Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, top players.
Yeah.
Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, top attacking player. You need to have top attacking players if you want to be a top team. That's just my opinion on it. Do you know? That's just my opinion.
But
it's not against
actually...
Arsenal because they look. If they win the league, they deserve it. People need to say that it's a shit league. We can agree on that. But if they do win it, they deserve it. But they have shit attackers, man. They really do. They'll be the worst side to ever win the Premier League.
Oh, 100%. And like it is being absolutely handed to them because everybody else is so bad. They are bad. They are like they genuinely are bad. As you were saying there too. But I mean, everybody else being just so bad, and nobody being able to even give them some sort of a challenge. It's being absolutely handed to them, and they are easily the worst. But even from a point that you say there, or you gave there, which I thought was good, you go back to all these title winners. Even in recent years, look at obviously fucking last season. You've Salah, who had one of the best, if not the best, Premier League season ever in terms of goals and assists. I mean, you look at all these great teams, and what really sums up just how shit they are is that like they have no top attackers. All these Premier League title winning teams. With all these top attackers, they have no top attackers. Vardy. Yeah, Leicester, Vardy, genuinely, even like fucking teams like those, they are literally just defense and set piece FC. That's exactly what they are. That's literally exactly what they are. Like, remember if you just sum it up like that.
Do you remember? I forget who it was. Was it Rory? Rory Talks Football. I remember he said that. I think this Arsenal team, well, not this Arsenal team this season. I think he said an Arsenal team for like 1 or 2 seasons ago. But it's basically the same thing with just a few players added. Like he said that Arsenal team that has won nothing, by the way, is better than that Leicester title winning team.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, like it just can't be better than that team. Like, let's be fucking real, do you know? And as I said, this Arsenal team will be the worst you've ever seen. Like even if you go back to Blackburn Rovers in the 90s when they won the league, they had Alan Shearer. Like, do you know,
exactly.
Top attacking player.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my whole point. I just think there has to be an unbelievable player in nearly every position for you to be a top team. And when you win the league, you can look back on the team and be like, Jesus, he was an unbelievable attacking player. He scored so many goals. Who are we going to look back on with this Arsenal team if they win the league and be like, oh yeah, he was on fire this season for Arsenal? No one. What? Gyökeres? Hair flick? Come on. No way, man. I'm sorry. Like, and it's no agenda. I as I said, I think Arsenal, if they do win it, will deserve it. But you got to put into perspective, they're not a top team, and they never will be, especially under Arteta as well. Sorry, they won't.
And they'll never be a
top team.
No, and they'll never be a proper big club. Like they never will.
They're a big club. They're a big club.
They'll never be a proper big club.
Do you feel like you feel like you have to win the Champions League to be like an elite club?
Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal. They've won 2 Champions Leagues. Chelsea,
I think Chelsea are as well.
Yeah, Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal. I mean, there's absolutely zero question about that. Even if they try to say, that we have more fans or something like that, whatever.
I don't know. Arsenal have more trophies than Chelsea. Like
more trophies. More trophies maybe, but like if you don't have European success, you're not a proper big club. They'll never never be a proper big club because they'll never have actual European success. But you mentioned there a certain someone. And I said before today's podcast that we were going to get our picks on it. Obviously, we're in February now, so we've seen a lot of the summer signings. So today, I said that we would go through who has been the best summer signing and who has been the worst summer signing. I'll give my picks first, and we'll say that you have to pick two different players just
Yeah.
so we don't have the same picks. So, first of all, in terms of worst summer signing, it takes absolutely zero brain power whatsoever. It's Victor Gyökeres, the worst striker in the league.
Like, how did I know you were
Yeah,
going to pick an Arsenal there?
the
Like,
worst striker in the league. He plays like he has two metal blocks as feet. Like he moves like a truck. He
he
is
does, to be fair,
yeah. If anything sums up that Arsenal side, well, you could use a few players, but you'd use him as a great example because he's absolutely abhorrent to watch. He's got he's got really fuck all ability, and if you don't put the ball literally directly to his feet, or if you don't basically give him a tapping in virtue, or like he will do absolutely nothing in that game. I mean, he is somebody who will not stand the test of time in the Premier League. Arsenal are so shite. They'll probably keep him for next season, and then just be like, oh geez, do you know what? He's even too bad for us. But yeah, that'd be my worst. Absolutely embarrassing,
valid, very valid.
and that stupid celebration. I mean, it's great that he's so bad. Don't do that. That's absolutely shocking. It's literally the worst celebration I've ever seen in football, and the fact when he scores every month, like when he scores once a month or something like that, that Arsenal fans still do that is even more embarrassing. But I'm not surprised with them. Anyway, best signing, I would say Hugo Ekitike. I think he's an absolutely top player. Um, and look, I think he's showing that week on week for Liverpool. This guy's got it all. This guy's going to do special things in his career, hopefully for Liverpool. He's a really big physical guy, but he's excellent with both feet. He's technically really good. He's a great finisher. He can score all different type of goals, and if he's not already, he is going to be absolutely world class. And like, I don't know, he's got what, already 10, 11 goals in the league this season, or about 14, 15 goal contributions.
Yeah.
But he has been absolutely unbelievable for Liverpool
Yeah,
this
no,
season.
I
I think he's really the number one candidate for best signing. But yeah, you can give both yours, Adam.
yeah, no, I completely valid takes there. Yeah, like, if we did the same, I probably would have nearly picked the same. But I do have another shout for. I'll start off with the worst signing. The worst signing, I believe, this season is the one and only Subject 49, Alejandro Garnacho. He is absolutely wank. He is shit. Like, I remember Chelsea fans were popping up saying, "Oh, we're taking your star boy now, 40 million well spent. 40 million well spent for a lesbian." Like, I mean, come on now. No, let's be real now here. Like, what his haircut is better than his performances. Let's be real. Like, it's actually dreadful how fucking bad he is. He's so bad, Morley. He's so bad. Like, I watched him against West Ham there the other day, and it was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from any player ever in world football.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, oh, the way United went to the Emirates, oh, we can do it perfectly. Oh, how did that work out at Garnacho? And you came on the pitch and had a stinker, absolute stinker. You impacted the game in no way, like you always do for Chelsea every week you play. He is absolute dirt. He is
Yeah.
dirt, man. Honest to God. For me, the worst signing. And 40 million for that. Honest to God, man. He's better off at fucking Accrington Stanley, man. He's actually brutal.
Yeah, he's always had a really bad attitude too, to make it worse.
Awful attitude.
Yeah.
Go back to his United days. I mean, it's shocking.
But who would be
The
your
best
best?
signing, Yeah, the best signing is interesting. Like
Now,
I would have had
to be fair, yeah, no, go on.
yeah, no, I would have had Ekitike up there. I'm gonna go
Well, you would have had Ekitike. Let's be real. You're saying you would have had Ekitike. You would have had
maybe,
Ekitike.
yeah, maybe.
No, you're saying you would. You're saying you would have. But sorry, no, go on.
Maybe. um, but I'm gonna go Brian and Buemo. Look, he came in for was it £70 million. Look, we did expect him to do well. But he's playing in a Man United side that, let's be real, isn't the best Manchester United side ever. Like, let's be real, and he's still doing so well. You know what he contributes for United going forward, and even defensively. He's a hard-working player who'll track back, win back the ball, and transition into counter-attacks. And he's so deadly on the counter-attack. His finishing is unbelievable. I mean, I go back to that Brighton game. His 2 goals in that game were just two amazing finishes. He's turned up in the Liverpool game at Anfield. Sorry to bring that up. He's turned up
We've had enough
against
bad
Arsenal.
games this season. I barely remember that with all the bad games we've had since.
Yeah, turned up against City, turned up against Arsenal. He's a big game player as well. And you can just tell he's a Manchester United player. He is.
Oh yeah,
He's a fantastic player. The way he combines well with other players like Cunha, Ahmad, and him have a great connection on the right hand side. £70 million well spent, in my opinion. Yeah, I know we've
yeah.
said that in the past that when we spend high on a lot of players like Anthony and all these players that were just dog shit. Let's be real, but I think I'll give Ineos credit, and I don't give him credit, but I'll give him credit on the likes of the signings of Mbeumo and Cunha, two fantastic signings. But I would just edge to Mbeumo. I think he's been fantastic.
Yeah. No, I think he's been really good. I don't think he's been like Ekitike good. Like, but to be fair, as I said, you were saying different before we started. And I did say that the best way to do it was that we picked different ones just so it wasn't the same thing. But now I've just noticed that, like, uh, maybe we should have done the same because at least we would have had the same signing. But then the worst one we're going for is I'm going for Gyökeres, and then you're going for Garnacho,
Garnacho,
who
yeah.
was a player you hate anyway. But
I hate Garnacho. I despise him.
like saying in terms of Garnacho, I would argue a lot have been worse than him. But yeah, I think he hasn't been very good at Chelsea. In terms of
He's
some
fucking
other good
dog shit.
signings, I would say Jack has been good at Sunderland. João
Yeah,
Pedro's been decent at Chelsea.
Sharky.
Turkey's been decent. To be fair, in my top two or three, I'd probably go Ekitike, Cherky, and Burmo, then Xhaka maybe. That's kind of what I would.
Yeah,
But anyway, in terms
uh,
of because we need to get this out because you posted, I think, a TikTok, was it yesterday, about Bruno Fernandes. Now he's 12 assists this season. That kind of only struck me there, kind of when I seen it.
yeah.
He's a fantastic player, absolutely. I
Same.
mean, I would say world class player. I've never liked him, obviously, because Manchester United, and at the best times he can be an absolute whinge on the pitch. But he is a fantastic player, and you can never deny that. And he's always been the best player, like in many poor Manchester United teams. You said today though, um, that you would now see him as one of the best Premier League midfielders of all time. Where do you think Bruno Fernandes ranks now amongst the best ever Premier League midfielders?
Well, look, I wouldn't go top five or anything like that. That's
Mm.
stupid. Like, there's obviously a lot of midfielders that are better, But for what he's contributed to Manchester United, I think to the Premier League, he's a pure maverick. He's just a pure maverick. He's just one of those players in a generation that is just a top player. Like, I'm not comparing him to Salah. What I'm saying is, like, he's like a maverick like Salah, is for Liverpool, and stuff like that. And Haaland for City. He's just a maverick, and what he does in terms of creating I think he's created the most chances in the league nearly every season since he's been here.
Yeah.
He's just such a a chance creating machine. His output is fantastic, goals and assists. He's always contributing for Manchester United. And as you said, he's on 12 assists this season. He's 8 away from Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne's record. Could he do that in 14 matches? I mean, he absolutely could. He can. There's times where he can get 2 assists per game, so like he could definitely beat that record. But oh man, I'd rank him as one of the best. I'd rank him at least top 15, top 20. Like he's an unbelievable player. And I've given out to Bruno in the past. You can look at my past videos. I've given out to Bruno in the past, but I've given out to him because I know how good he is, and I know how good he is for Manchester United. And there's some performances there where I know he can do better. But he's proven it again this season. He's one of the most consistent players in the league for Man United, the best Manchester United player for the last 5-6 years. I love him, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely top player.
To be fair, when you mention consistency, he is incredibly consistent, and he has been incredibly consistent since he came into the league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, for me, he has to do more over kind of years to be there or thereabouts or whatever. But he is a fantastic player, and longevity will be in his side if he stays. If he kind of stays in the league for the next number of years and still continues to do as well as he is. Like, look, as you say, it's unlikely him winning a title, but like obviously my favorite footballer of all time, Stevie G, unfortunately never won a title. So I would always argue, in terms of the individual, you should always bring in context, and you should always look at what that individual did on the pitch for a long amount of time. And I'm not sure exactly where he would be like right now, whatever, but he's definitely going to go down as a fantastic Premier League midfielder. What players would you kind of say that he'd be up there with now in terms of Premier League history?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It really is. Like, I wouldn't go as far as like, your fucking Lampard, Gerrard,
The big
Scholes.
ones,
I wouldn't go that far. Like, but Fabregas, players like that, like I think he's better than these players. What he's done for his club alone, like Bruno Fernandes, is better than those types of players. Like, I'm trying to think of players off the top of my head, like number 10s. I mean, it's kind of hard to think on the spot. I'll be honest.
No, to be fair, Fabregas isn't a bad shout. Like, great Premier League, very good Premier League midfielder. Yeah, no, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah, great player, but I just think what Bruno Fernandes has done in the Premier League, longevity as well. Like, he's just I know he's won a Premier League title, Fabregas, with Chelsea, but again, like, it's just pure quality I'm talking about, pure player. And I think Bruno Fernandes is not just one of the best Premier League midfielders. I think he's one of the best Premier League players it's ever played in the Premier League. I really do. I think the Premier League title is holding him back from being an absolute great. Like, if he won a title, I think he'd be top 10. No,
I don't. In terms of best Premier League players.
Well, midfielders, I'd say.
Yeah,
midfielders. Not players.
No, midfielders. Fair enough. But yeah, no. To be fair, I think like United fans have obviously been very lucky, and
like, I think he's better than Ozil. I think I
like that.
I think he's clear.
I would have Bruno Fernandes over Mesut Ozil every day of the week.
Do you know? And there's no agenda for me when it comes to Arsenal. Ozil was an unbelievable player for Arsenal, but you got to look at what Bruno's done, man. Like,
I think though Ozil was quite overrated in terms he didn't have many. He didn't
turn up in the big games.
No, and he didn't have many great seasons like Fernandes. To be fair to Fernandes, like even his first season in the Premier League, he was excellent.
Yeah.
But
his first season he was a joke.
Yeah, but that's a good show. I like that. To be fair, I'd have him. Yeah. I definitely would have him.
See, they're all kind of popping into my head now as I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Of course, they're two Arsenal players, and it's just fucking typical. Like. Oh, but it's not even Arsenal. They're the players I thought of, like.
Yeah.
Midfielders.
But no, it's gonna be interesting over the next few years. See what happens with Manchester United. Like, will he get through? Like, he's already what age is he?
31, 32, I
31. Like,
think.
to be fair, he's given his best years to a Manchester United team that
Yeah.
has never competed to win any of the big
I
trophies.
feel
Like,
bad
so
for him. I do feel
yeah,
bad for
so
him because
like he's been
you
very
know,
loyal. Like, to be fair to him,
he's been so loyal, and he could. And the thing is, he could have left in the summer to go to Al Hilal, but
I thought he
he
was.
actually, he was like, if Man United tell me to leave, I'll leave. That kind of goes to show that
Yeah,
he's a loyal player. He wasn't like asking to leave or anything like that. But I actually do believe if Ineos don't have a plan in place in the summer of what they want to do, and obviously the way we're going to go trophyless again, it's not good enough. It isn't. Like for a player of Bruno Fernandes as well, the fact he's only won a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup since being at Man United and losing two Europa League finals, it's not fair on him. It's not fair on him. A player like that deserves to be winning all the top trophies, and I feel like if he was at a top club now that, in a top team, I think he'd be winning trophies galore. I think if he was
yeah,
playing for City or playing for Barcelona or Real
yeah.
Madrid or teams like that, I think he'd be winning Champions Leagues and stuff like that. No problem.
Yeah, hundred
Do you know?
percent. He's certainly been good enough with the level that he's produced for quite a long time now to play in kind of the big teams. And the fact that he's stayed at Manchester United even right up to now is like, obviously, look, he's getting paid well in that, but still, like, I mean, he get paid well elsewhere. So to be fair, he
Yeah,
does deserve just deserve credit in that way as well.
yeah.
My apologies, but. Anyway, we'll get into predictions for the weekend. Leeds versus Nottingham Forest first up on Friday. Um,
Oh, oh, that's a
Forest,
tough one.
yeah, Forest. Both teams who've been okay
They're both on
lately.
the same points.
They are. That's a big game. And you know what? I'm gonna say it's gonna be a draw, 1-1.
Whoa. I'm gonna go 2-1 Nottingham Forest.
Ooh, now that would really put the cat amongst the pigeons. Leeds would be right
Yeah,
back in it if that does happen because West Ham have
yeah.
Burnley and West Ham are putting in good performances, playing a lot better lately. And West Ham,
Hmm.
I can still see West Ham being all right, and one of Leeds and Forest going down. But
Or
anyway,
Spurs.
it's Spurs United versus Spurs, 12:30 on Saturday. Your prediction we heard earlier on.
4-0 Manchester United. Demolition job at Old Trafford. Rest in peace, Tottenham Hotspur. You are going down this season. You fucking shit fucking cunts. 4-0 demolition job. Cunha with 2, Brian Mbeumo with 1, and Bruno Fernandes to dance on your fucking. Oh my god, man. Feed me 4-0 on Saturday. Please feed me it. Oh,
um,
I'd love it.
I don't know. I'm gonna say 2-1. I'm gonna say 2-1. I'm gonna say I'm gonna
You're going
say
for the more realistic,
yeah,
realistic
like
prediction.
I just kind of feel like it's like, yeah, Spurs could be awful. They have been, but it's just kind of like it's still a game now, especially off the back of the last three games. You still be like, oh, Manchester United really should win this game, and I just can't see that happening without some sort of jeopardy over those 90 minutes. But
Yeah.
anyway, on to 3 o'clock games. Burnley at home to West Ham.
Oh.
I'm gonna say West Ham win that. I'm gonna say West Ham win that by 3 goals to
Oh.
1.
Well, I'm gonna go West Ham 2-0. 2-0 West Ham.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say I'm gonna say Fulham win that. To be fair, Everton's been poor. Fulham. I'm gonna say Fulham win that 1-0.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Everton.
Fair. One of
Everton
those
have those
games.
types of results in them, like, do you know, where they'll just turn up away from home and just get a scrappy
Yeah,
win, like, do you know.
yeah, they've been poor for a while, but they had that win against Villa at Villa Park. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting. It's one of those 50-50 games for sure. Arsenal versus Sunderland, 3 o'clock on Saturday. I'll go Arsenal 2-0.
Yeah, I think, look, if this was at the Stadium of Light,
Yeah,
it could be a tough one, but nah, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go 3-0 Arsenal.
fair. Yeah, they couldn't beat them at Stadium of Light, so. But yeah, at home, yeah, I reckon they have too
Yeah.
much. Wolves at home to Chelsea, 3 o'clock also as well. Surely Chelsea win that game. Well, I'm going to say it'd be close. 3-1.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3-0 Chelsea.
Fair. Bournemouth versus Villa. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go Villa win though. I'm gonna go Villa win. I'm gonna say Villa. I'm gonna say Villa win
Yeah.
that 3-2.
I was going to go 3-2.
Yeah, I just see goals in that.
I'll go 2-2.
Fair.
I'll go 2-2.
Like, to be fair, Bournemouth have been a bit better lately. Obviously, we gave them 3 points, so cheers, Arne Slot, for fuck's sake. Good man. But Newcastle Brentford 5:30 on Saturday. It's a game you can see
Oh.
Brentford getting something from.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. I think they'll get back to winning ways, but Brentford will give them a game.
I'm gonna say Brentford win that. I'm gonna say Brentford.
Oh.
Yeah, Brentford 2-1.
Are Newcastle home?
Newcastle at home, yeah. I just think they're shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Brentford have just been able to pull these results out their arse this season. Andrew's done a really
Yeah.
good job, to be fair. Especially
Yeah, he has.
away, they've been a bit underrated. They've had some big results. Brighton at home to Palace. That's a derby at 2:00 on Sunday. Palace have been sliding lately. I'm going to say Brighton. No, do you know what? That's always a draw. 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brighton 2-1.
Fair. And then finally, Liverpool versus Manchester City, 4:30 on Sunday. I'm going
Game of
to
the weekend.
say, yeah, I'm going to say Liverpool win that by. But do you have one? What do you think?
Yeah, I think Liverpool are going to win 3-1. I think
I was
they'll
going to say,
I just think they'll outclass City on the day, because City are just too weak. Like,
yeah,
there's no structure there with City right now, and I just think Liverpool, with the attacking players, individual quality of Wirtz and Ekitike, and that partnership starting to gel, I think, I just think they're too much.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
Arsenal will go 9 points clear, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably. Like, I agree. I just think City are weak. I think the fact that it's at Anfield, the reasons that you mentioned there, the attack and defense, the contrasting kind of fortunes of both teams, or contrasting qualities that we've seen this season, and especially lately. I think 3-1 is fair. We might concede, but I just think we definitely score at least a couple of goals against them. But anyway, let's see what happens. That is us for this week.
Yeah. Enjoyed it.
100%.
Hopefully United absolutely smashed Spurs on Saturday.
Yeah. Adam has really stuck his neck out, so I'm really looking forward to seeing.
I have. So don't
will-
fucking let me down, Michael Carrick. Please, now,
Will he
man.
be right, or will he be catastrophically wrong? We shall see,
we
and
lose.
we'll be here
Oh,
next
lose.
week to witness whatever the outcome is of that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like this video, please, and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us on there, and if you could give us a 5-star review as well, that would be very much appreciated. We will be back next week, and a couple of interesting games on this weekend, and let's see what happens. Adam, thank you as always, my friend, and we look forward to next week.
Nice one, Morley. Thanks very much. Hope everyone enjoyed this episode, and hopefully United don't fucking let me down. I'm so fucked.
Cheers,
Cooked.
people. See you then. Spurs are beating them. No, they're not.